But look how close these guys were to giving up. These are all huge names, and I'd like you to take some inspiration from that, especially in these times when we're listening to all the doom and gloom that's going on there. But there's a lot of stuff happening, I can tell you. There are heroes being made right now. Just reading this email that Roger Hamilton sent out, and it was forwarded by a couple of people. And this coronavirus has obviously made the stock market crash. And as you know, there have been several crashes in 2008, 2000, and also 87 were the most notable ones. And during the 87 stock market crash, Steve Jobs totally was out of money. He took his last 10 million and basically put it into a company which they renamed Pixar, which then made a 26 million deal with Disney 3 years later and eventually sold to Disney for 7.4 billion. But at that time, he was totally and utterly he was really running out of money. Then Jeff Bezos, obviously you've heard of him from Amazon. In the dot-com bust of 2000, Amazon lost 90% of its value, and dot-com companies were going bust left, right and center, just giving up. And he decided not to. So he hunkered down, and what he did is he managed to turn Amazon's company into... What he did was he got cash up front from buyers and then paid for stock 28 days after it was already sold and shipped. It kind of became a secret source for Amazon. That's what they did. So necessity is the mother of all invention, as Tony Robbins says. So I'm just wondering right now, where can you be more creative in your business and your life? Because you have to be. This could be a real blessing. So what if we saw this as an opportunity? I know I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying, but what if? What if this is an opportunity? So in our business, there's no more meetings. Can't come together, so we can't run any workshops, you can't run any seminars, so no new clients. So everything has to be online. But this is something that we've been wanting to do for quite a while. So there's the opportunity. Is it hurting? It is, but there's the opportunity, which means we'll be stronger later as well. One more quick story. So Elon Musk, 2008, he was absolutely hit because of the global financial crisis. He said, this was definitely the worst year of my life because he'd run out of money. He spent the entire 180 million that he'd made from selling PayPal. He'd spent it on SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City, right? So basically, he is just thinking, shit, I'm going to have a breakdown here. And instead of closing one or more of his companies, he made a commitment. Now, for those of you who've been on my 2-day workshops, you know that I'm big into that word commitment, which is doing the thing that you said you would do, but long after the feeling in which you've said it. So right now, you might be feeling, listen, I know I said those things, but it is tough right now. Like I'm going to have to let people go, for example, or I'm going to have to shut certain things down in my business, or maybe it's going to be a tense in your relationships right now. But that's really where that word commitment comes up. It's not when things are going well. People in personal development, how are you doing? Outstanding, and that's great when things are going well. But when things aren't going well, that's when the personal development really kicks in. When you look at this, right, he said, excuse me, he basically said, you know what, I'm going to achieve success or I'm going to die trying. And on the 23rd of December, he says NASA called and told us we'd won a $1.5 billion contract. I couldn't even hold the phone. I just blurted out, I love you guys. And 2 days later, Tesla invested, added more money, and all three companies have since grown to make Elon worth $34 billion today. But look how close these guys were to giving up. These are all huge names, and I'd like you to take some inspiration from that, especially in these times when we're listening to all the doom and gloom that's going on there. But there's a lot of stuff happening, I can tell you. There are heroes being made right now. Are you writing your hero's story right now? What can you do? What decision can you make? What commitment can you make in order to say, you know what, this too shall pass and I'm going to come out even stronger? Is it maybe doubling down on something that you've invested in? Is it getting into cryptocurrencies? Is it to do with your business, your relationships? What is it all about? What decision can you make right now? I want to leave you with that thought. And hopefully you won't just say, oh, that was a good video, and then try and watch another video, but you'll actually take a few minutes, grab a journal and just write down what you're committing to make sure that you come out of this, not just surviving it, but thriving massively, just like these three titans of industry. So go ahead and do that now, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.